Hello, I am Dr. Banarjee, Senior Consultant Orthopedic. I am Shoulder Specialist at Sakra World Hospital. Sports injuries are part of the sporting career. There are various type of injuries which can happen to the sportsman. It can be knee injuries, back injuries, or it can be shoulder injuries. There are various types of injuries which can happen. The shoulder injury is one of the commonest injuries which can happen in the people who are involved in overhead sports. So there are certain sports which the shoulder is more commonly injured. For example, people who are involved in overhead sports like racket sports or javelin throwers or cricket bowlers or sports like boxing, these kind of sports, the sportsmen are usually involved to use their upper body strength. So they are more prone for injuries around the shoulder joint. So what happens here is the sportsman has to use the maximum force using their upper body weight, and then they have to punch or throw or deliver their force using the upper body. So the ligaments or the tendons or muscles are repeatedly strained during those sports events. So they are prone for wear and tear and they can get injured. So there are certain tendons like rotator cuff tendons which go into wear and tear due to repetitive strain, and they can become inflamed or it can get torn. So the shoulder injuries can happen in two ways. One is because of repetitive use or repetitive strain. Other is because of a single impact due to a sudden impact when they are playing. So the repetitive strain happens because a sportsman uses the same arm. Somebody who is a badminton player or a tennis player, if he is a right-handed dominant player, he will play with his right hand for several years. So he will practice every day for 3 to 4 hours or 5 hours or 6 hours with one hand, and he will be playing repeatedly for several days in a year, and he does it for many years. So what happens here is he will be using single group of muscles for many years, and those group of muscles goes into repetitive strain, and then eventually they will go for repetitive strain and overuse injuries. So this is one type of injury. Other type of injury, because of a sudden fall or a sudden impact, they can have injury and they can tear a ligament or they can break a bone or they can have injury to the tendons due to the sudden impact. So what happens in repetitive strain injury, the people who are involved in overhead sports, after a period of time due to early degeneration due to repetitive strain, they might have wear and tear in the ligaments. So if a sportsman doesn't take care of their fitness, and if they don't have a discipline in their lifestyle, they might injure these tendons early, and they might land up with repetitive injuries, and it might hamper their sporting career as well. Prevention is better than cure. So sports injuries can be prevented with proper techniques while they play, and most importantly the stretching of the involved muscles before they get into the playing activities, and they have to follow the core strengthening, not only the involved muscle but also the overall fitness and core strengthening, and proper discipline in their sporting career is the most important aspect in preventing the sports injuries.